Hello everyone, I am here with a video, and this is finally my May wrap-up. I am sorry I have not done this yet, but yeah. For May, I think I've read maybe 8 books, which is still good. Still good. 8 books, and yeah, overall I enjoyed most of them, and most of all of them. There was like only one that I thought like it was okay. There was only one 5-star though. I mean, that was because of I've already read it, and yeah. So yeah, let's talk about my first book. The first book that I read in May was, I finished my reread of Six of Crows. I've already read this one. I think I reread this one just because I watched a Shadow and Bone show and I binged that all through April. And so like, okay, because I remember my memories from when I read this in 2019 was that I thought I enjoyed it, but I did not love it. So I was like, okay, like now I'm loving it because of the show, so I think I'm just gonna read it. And I read this one and reread this one and I loved it much more. I had an elevated sense of love for the characters, elevated love for the plot and the heist aesthetic, and it was just so nice, and it was just so much better and I love this one so much, and it's so good. I love this reread, and I probably may not read Crooked Kingdom. I just did it because I wanted to see if my opinion had changed, and it did, and I love this one. And yeah, so if you don't know what this is about, set in the Grishaverse world, and it follows 6 people, like 6 different people who basically go on a heist. Yeah, so that's basically what this is about. This is in another, it's in the same Grishaverse, but it's not in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So I read this before I read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but I would read the Shadow and Bone trilogy before. I mean, it could be confusing just jumping into this one. That's why I probably didn't enjoy it as much, just because I had read this before I read Shadow and Bone. But yeah, because there's much more world building in Shadow and Bone than there is in this. So yeah, and I really love this one, and 5 stars, so good. The next book I read was an anticipated release, and that was The Last Fallen Star by Gracie Kim. I had really high hopes for this one. This is an anticipated release. I just saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, it's a Korean mythology retelling with witches. And see, okay, so this follows a girl named Riley O, and she's a part of the Gomi clan, which is a clan of healers, but she doesn't have any of the powers because she's adopted. So she has to basically deal with that and not being able to be fully a part of this like society, even though that there is power there, and yeah, she knows people are there. But her sister, her sister is a part of the Gom clan. And when she's on a trial to use her magic fully, and when she does this trial, she and Riley concoct a plan to so they both become witches. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was just so magical, and I just love the weird little things that is changed. There's a dragon scooter named Brutus. Is that his name? Yeah, Brutus. Which I thought was incredible. There's the library of birds. There's transporting boba, and it's just, I just love this one so much. It's so cute, and I probably would give this one maybe 4 stars. Only thing that I would maybe didn't enjoy as much was just that I kind of wanted, I don't know, the like twist at the end to be a little better, but I still enjoyed this one, and I thought it was really cute and magical. And yeah, okay, the next book I'll be talking about is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. And this I picked this one up because I had just read it in Six of Crows, and this is supposed to be kind of Six of Crows-esque. It's a heist novel set in 1889, like an alternate like world where there's a thing called forging, which is this ability to like magically like create objects, or like create objects that have magical abilities and that type of stuff. So you follow, I think it's 5 or 6, I don't know, 6 or 7 people who basically are on a like a hunt to find this magical property that has something to do with forging. And yeah, I enjoyed this one. I thought this was good, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought that I enjoyed the magic system. I thought it was very, like, I was loving at the beginning, and the characters are very different, so I enjoyed that aspect. Like, you distinctly know who you're following, and they each have distinct personalities, and I love how I enjoy how it's meshed together. It's just I did not really like enjoy it as much throughout, and I thought the pacing was a little and I felt like there was 2 climaxes, and it just felt very jarring. Like there's like stuff that happens, and then there's just a blatant thing that just at the end that I feel like is a little unnecessary, and I felt like it would have been good if it was mixed with the end and instead of adding something new. But overall, I thought this one was good. I gave this one 3.5 stars. It was really just a nice atmospheric French story with diverse characters, and I loved it. So yeah. So after I read that, me and my friends one of my friends have been dying for me to read the Percy Jackson series. I read the Percy Jackson this year, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided, and she was like, okay, you need to read the Heroes of Olympus. So I'm like, okay. So I started, and so I started the series, and I read The Last Hero by Rick Riordan. I did not enjoy this one as much, and if you know, it's because there's a character that I can't really talk about it because it's a different series. Yeah, but I know so much spoilers, but I'm just gonna say my rating, and I would probably give this one just 3 stars because I love this world, but there's a character that's not in it that annoys me, and I don't know if I enjoy the characters that I don't enjoy the characters but I love this world, so I'd probably just give it a 3 star. And please don't hate me. But yeah, and the next one very different, and that is the second book, and I bought this one. Other one I got from the library, and yeah. And this is The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and I love this one so much. One of my favorites. I gave this one 5 stars. This is the only book in the Rick Riordan series that I've given 5 stars. It just, I think the thing that sells this book for me is that I love all the characters, every single one of them. And I don't know if I'm going to read the rest of Heroes of Olympus just because I love all the characters, and I know that we're not going to follow them anymore, or we won't follow them just because I just love each of them. And yeah, so I'm a little scared, but I love this one. So good. 5 stars. Actually, there's 2 5-star books. Yeah, sure, but so good. Okay, the next one I was on a Rick Riordan binge, so I thought I would pick up start another series of his, and that is the Kane Chronicles, and I read The Red Pyramid. This is inspired by Egyptian mythology, and it follows 2 two siblings, Sadie and Carter, who are like separated after their mother's dead. So when a trip to the museum with their father, who's an Egyptologist, their father's disappeared, and then all these Egyptian gods have been released. And okay, I probably would give this one 2 stars just because it just, as much as I love Rick Riordan, I feel like the quest trope has been used, so now I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired of that, and then I finally got to this point. I just was very tired. I can't really read 2 Rick Riordan books in a row without, like, yeah. So, and I just didn't love the characters as much, and yeah, this was not as good, and I feel so bad, but yeah. It was just not my favorite, and I may not read the entirety of the series. I thought it was kind of fascinating. I thought the Egypt history was, and the mythology was interesting. It was just same trope, and then just characters I did not enjoy as much. So yeah, but Okay, the next book that I read was a release that I really was excited for, and that is Made in Korea by Sarah Suk, and I love this one. This one is just so cute, and such a cute contemporary about two teens named Valerie and Wes, and Valerie owns a Korean skincare business that's doing really well at school, and a new kid named Wes who starts selling K-pop merchandise, and it's very deep, it's very cute, it's just everything I wanted. I read this in a day, and it was just perfect thing to binge, and I love this one so much. I probably give this one 3.5 stars just because I thought it was just enjoyable and cute, but I don't think there's like a lot of like value, no, like not value, just a lot of layers of it, but I just thought it was so cute, and I enjoyed it, and just this is everything that I could want, and highly recommend. But yeah, okay, the last book I read in May was another release that I was really excited for, and that was The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. And yes, if we want to talk about a book that absolutely worked with me, and that is this one. This is a book that is a sci-fi book, even though it doesn't look sci-fi at all. It looks very much so contemporary, and the title's even contemporary, but this follows two sisters, Casey and C, and C is basically abandoned on this remote island, no memory, she can only see in gray, and she's washed ashore one day, and she's left on this house with a robot and parts of a boat. So that's a mystery, and so she's trying to, only thing she remembers is her sister Casey, and Casey is in an eco city, which is like a floating city that's been built to like protect everyone from tsunamis and just pollution. And so this is very much like a world, like a dystopian-esque world, and where like you can get into these ecosystems if you're ranked, and you're ranked based on like your environmental like effect. So like if you like, so even if it's like really far in the past that like you did something like invest in oil or buy oil, I don't know, then like your rank goes lower, and the lower the rank is, the less likely you're gonna get into an eco city, because they're for people who like are taking care of the environment. And it's very much, and now it's like to the point where like the earth is getting much worse, and so Casey is, one, looking for her sister and wanting to know what happened to her because she disappeared, and two, she's trying to figure out like what to do. And this book is full of turns, so much twists. I think there was like 3 twists that completely, like, this is totally a thriller and sci-fi, but I really enjoyed the world also, just because I liked how it was like, I like how in these cities people mostly use virtual reality as escapism, just because they can't really go outside. And I really enjoyed like how it also talks about like how the world is, it's very much so an environmental book. Like there's a lot of good themes, and it's just, this book really messed with me. I probably give this one 4 stars. It blew me out of the water, and it's just so good. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what else Joan He does, just because I hope she does more sci-fi or a sequel, just because it's left on a cliffhanger that I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. But yeah, this was so good. I give this one 4 stars. And yeah, so yeah, those are all the books I've read in May. I hope you enjoyed. I highly recommend almost all of these, and so yeah, but yeah, thank you for watching.